Yo, what's up, guys? SK here, and today we got patch notes for the Awakening release. And this is it's a lot of notes. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to go over. I'm not gonna go over all of it though because it is a lot to read and it's gonna take a long time. And I do apologize, I'm not going over all of it, but you can read it if you want to. I mean, it's there on the website. But let's go ahead and go over pretty much what's going on. We're going to go over some of the major things that are going to change. So first of all, they are changing the overall balance of items, characters, and options. They're downgrading the basic stats of equipment and setting character strength a little bit higher, apparently. Adjusted the player's defense overall value and accordingly adjust the monster's attack power. So monsters are probably going to be a lot easier to kill, and we're going to be a bit tankier. Lower the standard gear score to lower the initial difficulty of level in the early game. So earlier on in the game, it's going to be a bit easier to deal with monsters as opposed to people struggling to fight monsters in the open early on in the game. I guess I don't think it was that hard in the first place, but who knows? In order to alleviate the difficulty of easily part an early part of the growth, the importance of reinforcement is reduced and non-upgradable equipment is provided as a reward in the field. I've been saying this since the beginning. I've been saying they need to go ahead and just make it so that the gear that you can't upgrade drops in the field, and that can serve as your gear you can wear to get into dungeons, to the regular dungeons, and then use that gear to get gear from dungeons that you need to upgrade so you can run the abyssal dungeons. I've been saying this since the beginning, and they're finally doing it. So it's kind of just like you guys finally listen, and they're probably not even listening to me when I say it, because I've said it constantly since Xbox launch. But we're gonna go ahead and move along. As I said, the upgradable equipment can be acquired the same way as before in the dungeons. It's just like I said it, but nobody listened. Modify the types of reward drops of field monsters to remove fortification stones and add breath drops. I don't know what breath drops means, but we're not going to see fortification stones out in the wild anymore. As the importance of fortification stones in the field has decreased, fortification stone rewards have also been modified. Although fortification stones have been removed, if needed in the field, they can be purchased through using soul crystals through the unique material merchant unique token merchant. There we go. I can't say those words. So now they're finally going to put a level restriction on gear, which I've been saying needed to be a thing in the beginning. This would have stopped a lot of things earlier, especially with the expedition farming before they even fixed the expedition. This would have saved a lot of problems. And I think the levels are still kind of too low and weird because you don't even get to this stuff. You don't get to A grade at level 25. You're around level 30 when you get to A grade. But whatever. I mean, I'm not going to argue with the people. Like, I've said what I had to say before. Equipment that's already equipped can still be used, but once it has been unequipped, the character's level requirements must be met before it can be equipped again. That's cool. Crafting improvements, they just lowered the materials for a bunch of the crafting stuff. Remove low-level equipment from crafting. They added a fusion system. I'm not going to go over that. That's cash shop costume stuff, so you can make rare costumes if you're into collecting costumes. They added a multi-matchmaking system, so instead of just queuing for one dungeon, you can queue for up to 5 dungeons instead, or battlefields in the matchmaking list, so you're not just queued for one thing at a time. Another good change is they've increased the number of personal storage slots from 10 to 30, so the beginning storage slots you get are 30 now. Also, the default inventory quantity is up from 25 to 40, so we're going to have a bunch more inventory space. Change the amount of enhancement crafting materials that can be stacked to 300, which is monumental. I've been saying that since the beginning as well, that the number of stackable items needs to be higher, especially when it comes to crafting stuff. Now, here we get to the major blessing overhaul. We're not going to go through all this stuff because but we're going to go over pretty much the basic of it. We're not going to go through each of the blessings and all that other stuff. So blessings are no longer directly related to skills. Blessings now refer to a collection of passive effects, and players' combat style changes depending on the effects that make up their blessings. Now, there's something I do want to say before we get down to this. You still only get to use 4 skills. I read that somewhere later into the patch notes, just in case I gloss over it later on. But you still only get to choose 4 skills, which kind of sucks since we have so many skills to go off of. This is MMO, not a freaking mobile game, but whatever. Passive effects that make up blessings can be upgraded, and breath items for each class are required to upgrade them. So, okay. More grinding, it seems. Equipped blessing effects can be upgraded from max of 10 or 20 upgrades, depending on what. I guess depending on the blessing. Each blessing has a designated breath, and with those items, you can upgrade the effects of the blessing skills. High grade breath items are required to reach superior levels of growth, and low grade breath items can be combined to obtain high grade breath items. I guess that's good. I mean, locking it behind, high grade and low grade, especially when there's an RNG chance. This game's RNG is just garbage to me, to be honest. And then they're adding life skill blessings, or as they call them, livelihood blessings. These can be obtained by performing quests like combat blessings. They have breath items that can be used to upgrade them. There's the Touch of Leanthus, which enhances gathering, mining, and logging. Touch of, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this correctly, Sirenia, which increases fishing. Touch of Baraka increases taming. Touch of Patreon, which increases crafting. And Touch of Telios, which increases potions. And then they have the list of blessings here going down. And the way you get them has changed, apparently, for some of the blessings. We're not going to go over that. This is just some of the things that have been removed. They've removed the Nightwind Storm Chaser Centurion Lucius. I'm not even... What is... I don't know what that is. Does that refer to Centurion's blessing? The Centurion's command? Whatever. Line Execution has been removed. Festival Jack-O-Lantern and the Feywinter. I hate that they're removing these because I felt these were collectible and they should have just left those alone, but, whatever. Maybe they'll add something to replace those. Added breaths to dungeons rewards. Each breath can be obtained from dungeons that are higher level than a specific level. So here are the levels for those. And then they go into these skills and what the blessings do pretty much. We're not going to go into that because that's, like I said, a lot of context to go through and a lot of speculation to go through when it comes to that. Now, down here is where we're going to get into a little bit more of the information. Skills and classes. Skill system overhaul. The current skill system that is connected to blessings has been reformed. The characters will now earn skills by leveling up. Great. I'm already level 42, so whatever. Characters can grow skills obtained by using SP. Players can select and use 4 skills out of all they have. That's what's bugging me right here. This is an MMO, not a mobile game. Like, why do we only have a certain selection of skills out of all the skills we have? It doesn't make sense to me because this is an MMO. I guess they want to try to balance the game that way, because if you have all your skills, you can just unload on someone in PvP. But that's not a good reason to just like take away half the way we can play the game and lock it behind, a blessing. They're still locking it behind a blessing intensively. So they didn't really change anything. I'm not convinced that they changed anything based on that. Added combo delay function when using dodge during combos. I said they needed this. Combos no longer when using dodge during combos. I've been said they needed this. I'm surprised it took them this long to do this since they had it on PC since day one. As the dodge time increases, the amount of time players can connect to the combo attack also increases, so players can continue combo attacks after dodging. Once again, I said they needed it. They're finally doing it, a whole year and a half after? As a result of this change from skill system reform, the amount of skill points obtained and skills used will be modified overall. Increase the amount of SXP obtained from finishing quests. Modify the amount of SXP required to play early levels. From now on, all SP require the same amount of SXP to be obtained. So there's no scaling up with SXP. You don't need, say, from level 1 to level 2, it's 100. Then from level 2 to level 3, it's 150. It's just all 100 from now on, or whatever number they used to put in there. If there's an empty slot when a skill is obtained, the skill will be equipped automatically to the empty slot. Sorry, I'm keeping pressing the right trigger. When the skill level is increased, effects that are changed will now be shown in the tooltip. If the tooltip gets too long, a player can scroll through it. That's good, I guess. Reduce the amount of stamina consumed by melee classes when evading. This is perfect. Oh my god, you don't even know. Anyway, the iframe for dodge. No, there was an iframe before? Anyway, it's been increased from 3.3 seconds to 0.4 seconds, I guess. I mean, I didn't really feel like there was an iframe before because I was getting smacked throughout my skills, but okay. Then there are a bunch of class changes. Crusaders pretty much got a buff. That's from what I read. Like, I literally read through all this, and I'm going to tell you how it is. Crusaders got a buff. Berserkers got nerfed. Rangers got a buff. A slight... Well, no, I think it's a really strong buff, to be honest. And then priests... They always just buff priests. We're not even going to talk about that. Mages, however, mages got a bunch of stuff, and it's looking like it's time to be a mage. It's gonna be a really good time to be a mage, in this part of the game. But like I said, berserkers. I feel like the berserker nerf happened because of the new blessing. And I play berserkers, so that's what I'm mainly gonna talk about right now. Because of the new blessing, I feel like that's why they did a few changes to that, because they reduced the attack power on Whirlwind, they reduced the attack power on Earthbreaker, but they also reduced the charge time on Earthbreaker, and then they reduced the attack power on Guillotine. They also reduced the charge time on Relentless Cleave, which I'm just like, do you guys really want this? Okay, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm happy that a lot of this happened, except for the nerfs to Earthbreaker, Guillotine, and Whirlwind. But I feel like the changes to the blessing passives will actually make it worth it. As I said, Priest just got like massively. Oh my god! And mages, they got the best out of it all. I feel like mages got the best out of it all. I honestly feel mages got the best out of it all. No, next to priests, because priests always get the best, to be honest. They changed the weekly time dungeon cycle to 1 week. Added 14 new time dungeons. What even? Those don't even look like 14 numbers. Is that? Yeah, it's 14. Okay, I lied. Um, Applied level scaling to all time dungeons. If the player levels exceeds the level of dungeon, the monsters will be scaled up to the level of the player. So no more smurfing. um, Another thing was something else important that I saw in here. Oh, Twisted Monsters. I don't know what Twisted Monsters are yet because I haven't actually checked them out if they're in the actual version that we have now. But we have Twisted Monsters. Yay! And then there's a Berserk. Okay, so they get Berserk. That's not fun. I mean, we're gonna die now. Like, I can't go solo Bone Dragon. What? But is there yeah, there's Twisted Bone Dragon. So yeah, I can't go solo Bone Dragon anymore. That sucks. Um, let's see what else. There was nothing else that was super important. Just a bunch of UI changes. I don't think there's any more stories added. Is there? Yeah, I don't think there's any more stories added to the later part of the game, like Ostium and stuff like that. So we're still kind of just stuck in the desert still with our story, I guess. And I guess we're just waiting for more updates to come out. We don't have a roadmap still. I'm still kind of pissed off about that. Marketplace will only be used and viewed by characters over level 27. That is massive. What even? That is massive. Like that is a big changer actually. That is a pretty big change because that stops it from where lower level people can get into the game and just start buying like a bunch of stuff, which people just throw stuff on there for like 1 star seed and pass them around to friends. So that stops that at least, and of course you get sniped too most of the time. They did do some stuff with the teleport posts. They made it smaller but made it more visible. I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. Players can now talk to NPCs while talk to most NPCs while on their mounts. Players will still need to dismount to talk to certain NPCs such as the Soul Pyre, Outfit Designer, and Alter Physaria, which are all understandable because the Soul Pyre you have to go into the crafting. Outfit Designer you have to look at your outfit, and then the Alter Physaria you change your. Wait, why did we still have Alter Physaria if we don't have to change our blessings anymore? What is going on there? Anyway, stop pressing left click. Fixes. Nothing there that is really important, to be honest. That's pretty much it for the rest of this. So yeah, this patch drops on the 14th, which would be today right now actually. I recorded this video and I've been trying to record this video constantly, and I just finally got around to doing it today because, well, recording the whole video today instead of just breaking up into chunks. But yeah, it was gonna take too long. The first time I tried to record it, it took like an hour and 45 minutes just to read through all this and explain everything I thought was gonna happen. Which means I probably should stop trying to explain everything that's gonna happen and just read through the patch notes, right? No, I'm not gonna do that. I like talking too much. JK. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the patch notes, guys. You guys can go ahead and read through this if you want to. I am going to go ahead and hop in the game just to see what changes affect me on my Berserker. And if that means I'll be playing in the future of Bless Unleashed on console. And I will probably be playing on PC when they release the Assassin. If we don't get Assassin on console, which we should probably get it on console. But if we don't, I will probably play it on PC because on Bless Online I was originally an Assassin main. I enjoyed the crap out of the Assassin, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and catch you guys later. Hopefully the patch notes did something for a class that you liked, and hopefully you're not a berserker and getting Shrek'd out of damage on Earthbreaker and Guillotine. Anyway, peace, guys.